Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this video. Welcome. Come on in, make yourself at home. I am Kat Millar, and it is so good to have you here. If you're watching live, hello. Give me a hello in the comments box if you are watching this live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the comments box. Hello, hello, hello. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the one thing that helps you to attract clients consistently and turn them into loyal followers and have them sign up to invest in working with you. And you can do this in as little as 1 hour. So if you have a service that really helps people and you'd like to be able to give more people the opportunity to sign up with you and work with you, then this is for you. This is going to really help you. So give me a yes if you have a service that really helps people and you'd like to share it with more people. Give me a yes if that's you. In this video, I'm sharing the one thing that really did explode my business the most. It's the thing that I've been working on and developing my skills in for the last 13 years that I've been using this strategy. It's the one thing really that helps you attract clients, be able to hold their attention and inspire them to take action, to actually sign up with you. It makes it a no-brainer because you've built the know, like, and trust factor. People buy from people that they feel like they know, they feel like they can trust them, or they have a sense that this person is genuine, this person really can help me solve my problem. And this strategy is the fastest strategy to leverage your time. So last week, if you were on with me last week, I talked about the 3 reasons why people are not attracted to you on social media, or why you maybe aren't attracting clients on social media. The first problem is not knowing how to attract people. So it's an attraction issue. If you don't know how to attract people through the right language, through understanding influence, through understanding psychology and the way humans behave and make decisions. So if you don't have that skill of being able to craft your words and craft your language in a way that attracts people and pulls people in, then you're not going to stay in business very long, because that's that very first step, is attraction. It's like a lead, like a magnet that draws people in, and that's a skill. It's a skill, and the good news is any skill can be learned. Any business skill, if someone else can do it, you can learn how to do it. So you might say something like, oh, I'm just not good at marketing, or I'm not good at presenting, or I'm not good at copywriting or writing content, or I'm not good on video. And I hear these things from people all the time. Whereas all of these things are just skills. So you need to have that skill of attraction, being able to attract people. And you do that by working on yourself so that you're an attractive person to do business with. People do business with people that they like and that they find are going to help them solve their problem the fastest, right? So that's that attraction piece, knowing the psychology of influence, knowing how to attract, knowing how to not use weird tactics and, you know, oh, I'll copy this sentence because that's the magic sentence. It's not about that. It's about your energy. It's about you constantly developing yourself, having lots of conversations with your ideal clients so that you know the language to use in your marketing. So if you don't have that skill, that's kind of like gets you out of the starting blocks, you know, like you're stuck behind the gate, like a horse stuck behind the gate. As soon as the gates open, that's that skill of attraction. That's the first thing. The second reason that people struggle to attract clients and sign up clients is not being able to hold their attention. So they might be able to dangle the carrot, throw the fishing rod in the water and reel them in, but they can't hold them. So let's say you're running a Facebook live video and you're not able to keep people engaged. So people kind of jump on and jump off, or they'll just have a look at your post and skim straight past it. You know, social media is designed to keep us on social media, not to get us off onto any other external links, right? Because Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they don't want us leaving their platforms. So it's designed to keep us stimulated and scrolling and going to the next thing and the next thing and next thing. So to be able to maintain someone's attention is very challenging. It's not easy, right? So I like to use this analogy where if you were just wandering down the street and you came across, let's say you're in Pitt Street Mall, or you're in a square in Europe, or you come across a busker, you know, a street performer, someone maybe playing the guitar or singing or doing some kind of performance. You might be out shopping, doing your thing, and you just kind of stop and you watch for a while, and it's quite interesting, you're entertained, and then you just keep walking, you just keep going. So that is kind of like social media, where everyone is just shouting and talking and there's noise. And to be able to hold someone's attention, we don't want to just be like that busker, right? We don't want to just be performing and entertaining and creating, you know, noise, more noise on social media where it doesn't actually hold someone's attention. And this is the problem with relying on social media to get clients. If someone buys a ticket to a concert, think of a concert you've bought a ticket to and you really wanted to go and see the performance. Excuse me. So let's say you bought a ticket to your favorite band. You probably prepared for it. You probably thought about your outfit. I don't know about you. I don't know when your first concert was, but I remember my first concert was Pearl Jam, and I planned my outfit for weeks, and me and my friends made a plan on getting the bus there, and I think I was about 16. I remember it so clearly because we really loved this band and we really wanted to see them. And I used to go see live bands all the time, and you'd buy a ticket and you'd cherish this ticket, and it was worth money, and you would show up to the event, you'd get there early, you'd line up, you'd make sure that you're on time, and you'd stay to the end. It's not like you just leave partway through your favorite band, right? So social media is like the busker, whereas there is something that actually contains people. It holds them, it maintains their energy, and you might be already starting to guess what that is. The third reason that people struggle to get clients on social media is because they're not sure how to actually inspire someone to take action and sign up with them. So if you have a service that really helps people, like genuinely helps people, and you want more people, you want to give more people the opportunity to experience it. You want people to experience working with you because you've got something that will help them. Give me a yes if you think that you've got something, some knowledge, some skills, some experience that can actually help someone to get a good result, to improve the quality of their lives. Give me a yes if that's you. If you've got something that you know could help someone improve the quality of their life, maybe transform their life, or have a breakthrough in some area of life. Maybe it's their health or their relationships or their business or their personal life, their hobbies, maybe their passion. So what is it? You've got something, right? You want to give it to more people, but we need the skill of being able to actually inspire people to take action and invest, to part with their money and their time and their attention and actually invest in working with you. And this is where a lot of people fall down, relying on social media to get them clients. So we've got a yes from Caroline in the UK. Hey Caroline, good to see you here. Josh says, yep, I hear you. Holding a potential client's attraction is a challenge on busy social media platforms. Yeah, for sure. There's just so much going on there. You think about your own attention span when you're looking on social media. You know, how often do we really sit there and engage? Because there's so much information that we need to share with people in order for them to know enough about us to want to do business with us, right? We've got to educate them, we've got to inspire them, we've got to build trust. There's so many things that we need to do, but how do we get that information to them when people have such a low attention span? You know, it's just getting lower and lower and lower. So it's getting more and more tricky to be able to maintain that and be able to influence people to take action. So if you haven't guessed already, the one thing that I recommend that in order to get clients, the one thing that I've seen has made the biggest difference is running events. Because if you think of that busker analogy where you just wander past, you hear the busker and you just keep going, or you purchase a ticket to a concert. Even if you run a free event like a webinar or some kind of workshop, maybe a half-day workshop, maybe in person, maybe online, anything where someone registers and they show up at a certain time in the future, that way, I can't think of any other way that you can really hold someone's attention for at least an hour. There's no way you could do that on a Facebook Live or on a social media post or getting someone from your social over to your blog. There's no way someone would sit there for a full hour and be engaged, right? It's just not going to happen. So that's why big companies, when they want to release something like the latest iPhone, That's why Steve Jobs did that presentation. He could have used, I mean, they've got billions and billions of dollars on marketing spend, and he could have said, all right, we're doing billboards, we're doing sign writing in the sky, we're doing TV ads. He didn't. He did a live presentation. And so your ability to present is directly related to how successful you'll be in business, because we cannot maintain people's attention for long enough on social media anymore. So if you're not running events, you are really shooting yourself in the foot. And I believe, and I know it sounds quite harsh, but I believe that your business could quite quickly crumble if you're not willing to learn the skill. And it is a skill. It's just a new skill, like riding a bike, like swimming, like reading a book. We all had to learn it. The problem is a lot of people are scared to learn it because of fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of people not showing up, fear of looking stupid, fear of not having enough content, not being good enough. All of these things, I hear it all the time. For many, many years, I've encouraged people to run events, and I get a lot of resistance and pushback because of these fears. If you're with me 14 years ago, you would have found yourself in this gym studio. I worked at this gym, Les Mills in New Zealand. It was a really massive gym. It had 4 levels, and there was this empty aerobic studio upstairs where they used to do body attack and body pump, you know, those studios. It was massive. And on this particular day, I ran my very first seminar in this empty group fitness studio, and 4 people came, and I remember it so clearly. They were sitting on these, we didn't have chairs, we had Reebok steps, and we had Swiss balls. That's what people sat on. And I remember I was doing a bodybuilding competition at the time, and I was learning a whole lot about muscle gain and supplements and protein and cardio, and like I was on this massive, incredible journey. And so I just ran this little seminar in my gym, and I went to my gym manager and said, can you help me market it? She's like, yeah, get some posters, put them around the gym. And so that was my very first taste of running my event. I was so nervous. I was so scared that no one would come, and I just gave it a shot. You know, I gave it a crack. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know that I needed to structure the event, market it correctly, overcome resistance, have a proper structure, 3 points, and an offer. I didn't know all of that. I just taught content. But I remember that something woke up inside me. I thought, this is really cool because I've got someone's attention. I think it was about a 2-hour seminar. I had a handout, and people got great value from it. And often when I go back to New Zealand, because from there I went on to continue to use workshops as a primary strategy to generate leads. And it really positioned me as different in the gym because other personal trainers weren't doing it. So when you can kind of position yourself as a person that's willing to overcome this fear, like apparently, according to a study that the New York Times did of 2,000 people, that the #1 fear was public speaking. And so if you are willing to get on a platform and have a crack, and these days your platform could be Zoom, right? So you don't even have to meet anyone in real life. You don't have to book a venue because of how awesome technology is now. Then you will separate yourself from your competitors because you will be able to attract people because they're essentially registering, coming. Their psychology that they're in, like they're in that psychology of buying behavior. On a Facebook Live, there's no buying behavior happening. It's entertaining. It's, oh, check that out. Oh, I might learn a thing or two. I'll get some education. But it's not like, oh, hey, I'm going to offer you my program, right? So there's a different psychology when people register for an event. And if you can use events, you don't have to be great. You don't have to be a polished presenter. If you can do a 60-minute webinar, and they're not hard to do. My first one was really terrible. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that my slides actually needed to look a bit prettier, and they shouldn't be packed with words, and that I should have had a better structure and some more diagrams, and just all these different things that I didn't know, right? But when I moved to Sydney 8 years ago, I didn't have any clients. I barely knew a soul, so I had to start from scratch. I'd already started from scratch in New Zealand and in London. So when I got to Sydney, I just knew that events would be the thing that would really help me because I'd run events in New Zealand and in London, and they drew the crowd. People signed up because at the end of the event, I remember running one in this basement of my gym in London, LA Fitness, and there's about 25 people there, and I handed around a clipboard saying, would you like a personal training session? Oh no, actually it was a consultation, like a strategy goal setting thing, and I valued it at £80 or whatever it was at the time, and pretty much everyone signed up to it. So then I had like 25 leads of people that I could then get to know and build relationship with and help them out and then offer them my services. So when I got to Sydney, I thought, yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. And I started running these little monthly meetup groups in my local library in Gladesville. And that was really cool. I'd always get, maybe 20 people to show up every month, and then some of them would become clients. Some of them just kept coming for month after month and just enjoying the community. And then I went to this event called, I think it was called the Visionary Leadership Conference, and it was at this big hotel in the city with Dr. John DeMartini and Benjamin J. Harvey. And I remember sitting there, and Ben was promoting a presenting course. And I remember thinking, oh, I've already done heaps of presenting. I'm already running seminars. But as he kept talking, I realized, oh my goodness, I've got no structure in my talk. I'm just downloading content. And I didn't have a formula. I didn't know how to do frames. I didn't know how to actually really market my events effectively, how to use the right content, the right language, the right strategy. So I realized, okay, there's one thing to do events, but there's another thing to actually know how to do them effectively so that you're influencing people to sign up with you. So that skill of influence was missing. I'd got the attraction piece, the attention piece. I was able to maintain their attention because I gave great value, great content, great workbooks, all of that. But I realized that I wasn't very good at influencing people to actually take action and work with me. So I signed up for his course, and I've actually done it. I think I did it twice as a participant. It's a 6-day presenting course, and then I started crewing, and I think I've done it 9 times now, because it's just this skill of speaking, presenting, is something that I want to develop for the rest of my life. And if you decide that you want to develop this skill, it's something that will separate you from your competition. It will allow you to build massive trust, even if you've got fear around it. Like, I had heaps of fear around it, but if you want to get in front of your ideal clients, if you want to hold their attention, if you want to build engagement, if you want to build trust, if you want to leverage your income so you're helping more people all at once rather than one by one by one by one, I realized that is going to take me way too long. So if you want to increase your positioning, your credibility, position yourself as the authority in your sphere of influence. If you want to create a valuable asset, so all of my presentations, I've done over 200 now, all of them are assets. They're legacy items. They all go into my vault of documents. Then I can create books on them, blog posts, social media posts. Like, you can really leverage that content. And the more you do it, the more confident you get. If you saw my very first seminar back in that studio all those years ago, you would have been mortified. I was not confident. I was bright red. I had so much fear. I was insecure. But I'm just so blessed that I gave it a crack. And I'm so blessed that I've had teachers that have taught me how to do it properly and built my confidence in myself, so that whenever I need to get clients, I know that I've developed that asset, that skill of being able to speak. And that's what I would love to help you with. If it's something that you're willing to do, you've got to be willing to do it, right? But presenting is the thing that ticks all those boxes. You've got to decide if you're willing to overcome that fear in order to get all of those rewards. I know it's hard. I know that it's not the most comfortable thing to do, but it will change you as a person. When I sat at that event that Ben was talking about, it woke up this future identity that I wanted. I want to be a speaker. I want to be the one on stage, and not necessarily on stage, but I didn't want to elevate myself. I just wanted to be able to share all the content, all the learnings that I'd had over so many years. It's just a way of sharing it with all these people all at once instead of one by one. So if you want a big life, if you've got a big mission, if you want to build a big business, a big empire, you're not going to do it one by one by one. You're going to do it by leveraging your time and doing it one to many. It's the fastest way. There really is no other option. My recommendation to you would be forget everything else and get over those fears and get that winning golden ticket. You know, I'm so grateful to my past self for being willing to overcome that fear so that I can experience all of the benefits. Because since then, I've been able to have an amazing business, working from home as a coach, having a 6-figure business, doing it my way, working with awesome people, you know, having an incredible community. But you've got to be willing to learn the skills. A lot of people don't know how to do it. There's a right way and a wrong way. And this is why I've decided to run an event where I teach how to do it. And I'm basically packing all of my learnings, everything that I've learned. Well, obviously I can't pack it all into one day, but the best of the best that has made such a difference for me to get clients into a one-day event that's completely free. I've never done this full event live for free online before. So this is a world first, and it's happening on the 24th of October. It's a Saturday, and I'm going to be teaching 7 pillars to profit from the skill of presenting. So you'll come behind the scenes and you'll know how to create really effective presentations, how to structure them, how to leverage your online events to fill your packages, how to facilitate great connection between people. You know, people are craving connection, right? They really love it. I never thought I could do a full day workshop online and it be engaging and interesting and hold people's attention, but you know, there's lots of ways that you can do it, which is what I'll teach you. I'll show you how to nail the technology, make sure that you've got solid confidence, and just understand how to avoid all the mistakes that people make when it comes to events, because I've made them all myself. So if this sounds like something that you would like to have a look at and learn more about, I'll just pop the link in the chat box. So it's called how to get clients with online events, and you can check that out. If you've got any questions, just let me know. Pop it in the comments box here and I can answer all your questions. But check out that landing page. It's got all of the details on it. Check out that page. It's got everything that you need. And I really do encourage you to consider this as a strategy for yourself. I know that your limiting beliefs will come to the surface. That's what happens when we actually consider an idea that's a little bit out of our comfort zone, or maybe it's a lot out of your comfort zone. People that I talk to, you know, they talk about the fear of the technology and the fear of stuffing it up, and it all comes down to fear of rejection and fear of not being good enough and not being accepted and all of that stuff. It's very real. We all feel it, but it doesn't have to be as hard as we think, because as soon as you do it, like anything, right? As soon as you make that first bold move, it gets easier and easier. Like your first Facebook Live's always tough. The first time you ask someone on a date, it's tough. The first time you step out into a new venture, it's tough. But once you know how to do it, like I'll show you how to do it, so you're not going to make all those mistakes that I made. So I'd love to see you there. In the meantime, have a beautiful rest of your evening and week. If you've got questions, comments, please do reach out. Business is too hard to do alone, and we all need connections. So I am here for you. Thank you for being part of this community. It's always just great to connect with you, and thank you those of you who are always on here live. I appreciate you. Bye for now, my friends. See ya.